What? Alexa, stop. Guys, good morning. This is Miss Christie, and I am back live for another installment of our March Madness book competition. And phew, the competition is heating up. Today it's between Giraffes Can't Dance and Misunderstood Shark. So I've got my buddy Fluffy here, and we're gonna read Giraffes Can't Dance, written by Giles Andre and illustrated by Guy Parker Reese. Now, a lot of you have heard this book before, so don't go, I already know this. You get the chance to listen with a new ear and listen for the lesson, important part, 7 habits. And as the reader, it's a great time for me to practice my fluency and expression. So let's jump right in. Giraffes Can't Dance. Whoop. I'll bring the pictures closer. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off leaves. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at his knees. Make sure you can see the pictures. So buckled means he kind of fell down. Poor guy. Have you ever had trouble with something? Maybe it was hard at first, then connection to self. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. Ha! Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. So think to yourself, how would this make Gerald feel? How would this make you feel if someone said that to you? Not very leader language, is it? Oops. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. The right, he thought, I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. He's actually starting to believe what everyone is saying. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Oops. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. Oh, speaking of which, I'm looking at the moon right now and the sun is rising and it's beautiful. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. Oh, I'm making a prediction. Are you? Do you think you know what Gerald's gonna do? His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. Okay, he's feeling the beat. Go, Gerald. You got this. Make your own music. Okay. He threw his arms out sideways. Look at him go. And he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Oh, he's finding his own dance. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing! Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. When you're entranced, your eyes are fixated on something. You can't look away. So everyone is so interested and kind of obsessed and entranced with him. They shouted, "Oh, it's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen!" "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Take a bow, Fluffy. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." If you are next to a family member or a fluffy friend or even just the walls, why don't you tell them the lesson in this story and then show off your best dance move? See mine. What's yours? Have fun, keep reading, we miss you, and then make your vote below these two videos. Bye!